everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Sorry, we are a bit late, a couple of minutes late, but there was some technical issues. I hope that everybody's looking and please go ahead and put your questions. Whatever you want for the Transgurus to do, we'll be very happy to help you. Okay, are you seeing something? Bonnie?
No, I didn't see anything yet. I was.
We're back. We're back, everyone.
Here we are. Okay.
There's Paul and there's.
Okay. We are live. You're back. Okay. So I've got Juan, which is watching with us, and Paul. Hi. Griffin. Hi, Griffin. João Tanton. That's a beautiful name. Is it from Brazil? And I've got Thai Frauen. Okay.
Just so
Dana.
everybody knows, Ella speaks 7 languages. So when everybody's writing in all these things, she knows how to pronounce them. I didn't do too good in English, so.
Oh, come on. Your English is perfect, girl. Your English, your Floridian is very good too, I have to say. And when you talk about homestead, it's a really great language too, Bonnie.
And you know how to swear like a sailor real well.
Yeah, and sailing language is good too. You know, there is a special language for sailors, don't forget.
Right. Especially when you have road rage. It's a special language.
Paul is from Wolverhampton in England.
Who's the red girl? That's Raji.
Raji is our international star from Botox.
Little Miss Red Riding Hood.
And about 15 other shows. She's been in all kinds of stuff. She's with jazz. She just did a thing. And that was share. Somebody's interested in you, Raj.
Yeah.
Let them see that charm.
So, Raj, tell a little bit about yourself, about what you've been doing lately, because you've been so active, okay?
Well, I had the opportunity to meet with the Miami police this morning. The police chief and his assistant, we had an actual board meeting, or I should say conference, that would be the better word to say. And they were very, very welcoming. I felt such a sincerity. The chief, to me, he's very educated on like pronouns and like using the right pronouns and just, you know, the whole transgender sensitivity. So I left pretty optimistic. I think they're going to do some good things in regards to bridging any gaps that the transgender community may have with the police and vice versa.
Yep. It is really needed.
And listen, it ain't nothing like a man in uniform too. One of the officers said to me, "You act like you don't want to leave, you want to stay." I said, "This will be the first time in my life that I would say I want to stay at the police station." So one of the lady officers said, "If you don't work here, it's not good to stay here." And I said, "Yeah, I hear you. Bye." But they were very, very nice.
So Rose is writing to us. My name is Rose. I'm transgender woman and I've been living in England. Welcome, Rose. We are living in South Florida. It's a little bit far away. And thank God here in South Florida, it's quite good for us transgender women. So, and I believe in England as well, but it's probably a little bit more delicate.
And you love across the pond.
Anyway, hello from the other side.
And there's Paul from England.
Bloody hell.
And there was one other person.
It's always nice to see that the whole world comes and sees us And you know, we love you all. And um, so we don't have really a very important theme today. As you can see, we are, please go ahead and put on your questions for us if you have some. We would be very, very glad to answer your questions. Okay. So,
Okay,
but,
Ella, I'd like to make a couple comments.
yes,
We're
please.
talking about we have a global audience. I would say wherever you have one or more human beings put together, there's a possibility that there's going to be a transgender person. So wherever you have human inhabitants, there's the likelihood that there's going to be a transgender person within that group of humans.
Absolutely.
And in my, I was just talking to somebody yesterday. You know, you look at it like I don't know what the ratio is. 1 in every 10,000 persons are trans or whatever it is. But I remember like maybe 7 or 8 months ago, I was just kind of fiddling around doing some Google searches and so on. So it takes about 10,000 oysters to find a pearl. And then I equated that to my own, to my own situation where, you know, the pearl is considered the jewel of the diamond of the sea. And so that's how I look at myself. I consider myself a pearl. If there's only 1 in every 10,000, that makes me special, and that makes all of us special. So that's how I look at it. And wherever you have humans, you're going to have a transgender person.
Yep.
And so, you know, to have a global audience, I think it's really cool. And you know, welcome everyone from around the globe.
Yeah.
Hello to Rose. Hello to Felicia. Hello, Christy. Hello, Justin. Hello, Rajo. How do you say that, Ella? I don't want to mispronounce somebody's name.
Which
You're the
one?
one that speaks all the languages.
Like the Queen.
Which one is you mean? Rajo. Oh, Rajo. Yeah. Okay. I see him.
Okay.
Rajo is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And
And then
Randine,
there's
Emily.
read them off.
Yep. Bob.
Rose, Emily, Stacy.
Yeah, but I just carrying on Jimmy words. I think that Jimmy is really true, because there are transgender people all over the world, really. And I think there are more transgender people in percentage than pearls in percentage, you know. I really do. But you know, the issue is that we are not always welcome, you know. I have some people here from Sudan. So Rose is from Sudan.
Oh my God.
Originally from Sudan. So, and I know many people which are in the Arab LGBT community outside, of course, of Arab countries. And it is very difficult for them, you know. It is really very difficult.
Is there any place in the world where people really respect transgender and don't try to do things to be mean to us out of spite?
Yeah, any place where I step foot.
I love it. Go, Shannon.
I love that. I love that.
Any place where I step foot. Because see, if we respect ourselves, if we own ourselves, if we respect ourselves, if we stand tall in who we are, there's no way that someone can dish you. It's just not going to happen. You know,
I got misgendered yesterday. It threw me for a loop. So there is reality, and yes, I turned the keys over, and I should have never done that to my emotions. But things happen, and whatever the person.
We're never going to live in a perfect world that we see in our own mind. The idea is to adapt and just move forward. You know, a lot of things you just got to overlook. You know, you got to, if you want to go camping, you can't let the mosquitoes bother you. It's as simple as that. We have to just move forward in our lives with who we are, and then ignore the mosquitoes, or put some mosquito spray on, figuratively, and just, look at the big picture. Out of a million people, there's several that are going to be assholes. So just navigate through life in such a way that, like, stay focused on what we're trying to do, and ignore, if we're going to go camping, ignore the mosquitoes and enjoy the ride.
I
But
have
there's
to
never
say-
going to be there's never going to be a perfect situation. We can make an imperfect situation perfect in our mind by choosing to see how we see things and interpret things.
Yeah.
Ella.
And I have to say, you are so right. I work these days a lot on the phone, okay? And I get misgendered probably 30% of the time. And the other day I had a lady on the other line, and I know that she was a cisgender lady, and she was commenting exactly the same thing. She gets misgendered quite a lot of times. So we are actually had quite a lot of fun together, because we saw, well, we had the same issues. She never knew that I was transgender, but but it doesn't bother me anymore. Christian, do you have something to add on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna briefly touch on that subject while we're on it, and then something came up, so I'm gonna have to run, unfortunately. But
No issue.
when I was transitioning and I had my hair cut and I looked all crazy, I didn't go to like a proper barber yet. I was working at a KFC, and so yeah, right now I look like this, and it's like, oh, how do you get misgendered? But I used to, and I was working at the cash register, and I had I had a hat on, and no one could really tell until they checked out my boobs, or my, I guess that's a pretty good giveaway, or my name tag, because
Okay.
with the certain businesses, they don't let you change your name. And at that time, I didn't even really have a name yet, so I was still kind of a baby with my transition. So I don't fault them for that. But a man came up and was talking with me, and we were having a conversation, and what does he want? Chicken, French fries, whatever he wants, and I was getting it all down, and then small talk, and everything was totally normal until he noticed that my name tag was the name of, like, it was a female name. And I was just standing there waiting, trying to help him out, and he started to call me by my name on the name tag, and repeatedly, and was like, is that your name? And oh my God, are you a man or a girl? What are you? What's going on over here? Like and they kind of like examined me with like, oh my God, what is that? Like I was like some foreign bug or something, that some exotic animal at the zoo. Was like, wow, like what is going on under the hood of that car? Like so I was a little like, wow, I didn't realize that this would affect people in such a dramatic way. And it was more like, I didn't really care. Like, I didn't really give a shit that like he felt that way. It was more kind of embarrassing for me, because there was other customers behind him that were going to have to deal with me after the fact. And it was like, now the cat's out the bag, it's like, damn, like, damn it, so I was kind of like, oh, like annoyed like that. And after the fact, I look at moments like that, and I'm like, it's all part of the journey. Sometimes we're going to experience uncomfortable situations, and the waves are going to get a little bouncy and a little rough. And all we can do is just buckle up for the ride, and hopefully we can find some sense of humor in it. And hopefully it's not terrifying. And if there's real terror going on, hopefully it doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
But I think all these situations, going away from that, was another angle that I had to use at my disposal when I was, in college, and when I was dealing with a lot of people, when I outed myself in a poem to my whole college, and I told them, like, this is who I am. I was unapologetic, like Jimmy said. And a bunch of people were split on it. And the people that respected me came up to me, shook my hand, gave me a hug, asked me 1,000 questions, wanted to know every single thing about the whole situation. A couple people transitioned in inspiration because I had the courage to do so. So my courage, like how I think we mentioned before in another show, kind of gave permission to other people to be themselves. And other people started dressing up like more masculine because they saw that I was doing it, and I was in love with it. I was authentic. I was happy. So yeah, there's been times I've been misgendered, and even when I was going through school, and I had to tell my teachers a lot and stand up for myself and say, I'm not going to respond to that name that you keep calling me, but if you call me this, I will definitely do it, and I won't cause a problem. I'll be the best student you'll ever have. And they kind of caught on really quickly because I wasn't taking their shit. It's like when you give somebody an inch to try to, bully you, then they think, oh, I got away with it. I can keep doing this. And they just think that they can do it. But, I don't consider that bullying. I think it's just a lack of education. But I'm just trying to make a relevant point that I did not give anyone, except for my grandma and people that, really genuinely don't understand or, don't mean harm. I gave everybody but my grandma a no bullshit experience, and they had no choice but to respect me. Otherwise, I looked right past them. I looked right through them like they didn't even exist. And I kept moving throughout my day. And if they wanted to say something, I pretended I didn't even hear it. And before I knew it, I was so focused and obsessed with what I was doing and happy with what I was doing, going to the store, going to the mall, getting different clothes, hanging out with my friends, meeting new people, going to meetings, going to support groups. I had no time for their bullshit. I was such on a high. It's like, how do you get turned down? How do you get messed up in your head when it's your birthday and someone wants to have a poo-poo attitude? Well, it was my motherfucking birthday every day.
Wow.
So I don't know. Yeah, I know I've jumped around on that a little bit, but always trying to find.
Very nice.
That's just the mind games I play with myself to take myself to the next level.
Bonnie, any comment on that?
No, I was reading all the comments. There was one where you have to wait 2 years.
In England, yeah, for the National Health Service. NHS is the National Health Service. And they are very, very slow with all the 2 years to get to start hormones.
And also somebody wanted Raji's name. They were asking, damn, Raj, you are popular. Nobody ever gets the attention Raj does.
Of course not. She's special.
My name is Rajee. Is that what they wanted the spelling?
I don't know. They just said, what's the girl's name in the red?
Well, I'm going to tell you, to piggyback on what Jimmy and Christian said, I just want to say this. It's kind of like what you focus on in life. I have a lot of people that love and respect me, but I also have haters. Now, I could choose to focus on the haters, or I could choose to focus on the love and respect. And I think that focus goes for pretty much most situations. I mean, as long as you're safe. I mean, if you don't want to stay in a situation that you're not safe in. But like, I give a quick example today. When I left the police station, we stopped and got lunch. When I walked into the restaurant, it was obvious that some people were giving me dirty looks, and kind of like making faces or whatever. But then there was like our waitress was wonderful with me. There was the guy that brought the food over was great with me. There were some other people that came in that smiled. So that's what I focused on. To hell with the haters. And what happens is from my experience, if you give your focus to that, you don't give the negative energy power. You don't like fuel. So, but like I said, you want to make sure you're safe. If you're not in a safe situation, then you just want to get out of there. But I mean, if it's a situation where you're pretty much safe, then, just focus on the good. Try to focus on the good, the positive of the situation.
Absolutely. João,
And tell her she can Google me. If she Googles me, I'll pop right up.
João, o nome dela é Raji. E tu vais ver no Google, ok?
Rajee.
R-E-J-Z-E-E, ok? Em português, né?
Yeah, you're a real asset, Ella.
Is she from Brazil?
With that name, I do believe that she is from Brazil. It's actually not a she, it's a he. João Tantão.
Oh, wow. Well, the Brazilian people show me a lot of love.
Yes, they do. I think you've got many botched. She was quite a lot of times. You were quite a lot of time in botched in Brazil, right, Raj?
Yeah.
So you can see those people know her in Brazil. She's more famous than I don't know what in Brazil. Probably more famous than the president.
You're funny. I just gotta learn. I just gotta learn Portuguese now.
I'll teach you Portuguese, sister. Okay. No, but it's really true. Yeah,
everyone that's watching, are there any questions you have for us or any particular situation you want to share with us that you had? The ones over in Sudan, feel free to share with us.
Yes.
Everyone that's online now watching, feel free to share.
We always have quite a lot of people watching, actually, but not too many
questions.
Not too many questions. Yeah, I mean, I had times as well. I remember, sometimes it's on the outside, sometimes it's on the inside. I remember the first time that I was in a restaurant, with some friends, and I was just the beginning of my transition. I was so scared, and in that day, it was not what the other people looked in me. It was what I gave out from me to the other people. And, but probably one or two younger people, they noticed that I was transgender. But, and that is something very, very important. It was that moment, that little moment where you don't put your own, your own power that people think misgender you. You have to be confident on yourself. The power of confidence when you are transgender is enormous.
It is, yeah.
Because if you present yourself as a normal person, everybody will take you as normal. If you present as, oh my God, you're out. It's as simple as that. And it doesn't really make any difference how you look. It's just your confidence, which comes a wave to, as like a wave to the other people,
So then people are going to want to know then. So Ella, how does someone establish confidence? And I would answer that question. The more that we invest in ourselves, the more we improve ourselves, that essence in itself develops a sense of self. And it's the sense of self, it's the sense of having a direction in our life that establishes this word known as confidence. You know, confidence is just a word in the English language used to describe someone who's got their shit together and direction in their life. So if the idea is that if we're engaged in self-improvement, we're investing in ourselves, we make ourselves more valuable, and then we have a goal or direction in our life that gives us focus, and then we motivate ourselves, which gives us the horsepower necessary to move forward. All those ingredients make up this mysterious thing known as confidence. And when we have that, you'll kind of just, there's an expression that I read many years ago, and it was, the world will let any person pass if they know where they're going. And that's a very powerful, powerful phrase. The seas will part. Just believe in yourself. But these things are built over time. They're just the investment in self with either all three, spiritual, cognitive, and physical. Invest in yourself in those three realms, and then have a goal. Your confidence will automatically grow from engaging in those practices. And confidence, you just don't take a pill and you got it. You know, it takes time to develop confidence. It takes time.
I wish it
It's
was with
also
a
a
pill.
frame of mind.
Jimmy, go ahead.
The frame of mind is a result of all those other activities. You know, some people call it backbone, or, you know, you have a sense of self. You got backbone. You have good decision-making skills. That all, you know, there's only one way to learn how to make good decisions, and that's to make a shitload of bad decisions. You know, that's how you learn good decision-making skills, is to make a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of times you have to stumble through life in order to walk upright on your feet. You know, so everyone wants it now. You know, we've said it before, you got to go through the jungle. There's an awkward stage. And I use the same analogy when I saw my daughter's horse. The mom horse gave birth to a baby horse, and the thing was stumbling all over itself when it was first born. Now the horse is, you know, running in the pasture. So everyone has to go through that, you know. So that's just part of life. But when you get to the other side, of that jungle, be prepared to stand tall and be prepared to manage the horsepower that's going to occur when all the horses are running in the same direction.
Absolutely correct. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, having some self-confidence and self-power is so important for us. And you know, as Raj said as well, don't be too you know, too sensitive, because that's the way it is, you know.
Robert sent in a question. Do trans ever date a cross dresser like myself? To answer that question, it's real simple. Some of us see people and don't see everything else. And as far as if you found somebody, if you're looking for a sexual thing, then just go out and pay for a prostitute. But I mean, if you're looking for a relationship, and there's a lot of cross-dressers that are in relationships. So everybody, it's a matter of finding the right person. But to say that does a trans person look at a cross-dresser and go, oh no, stay away from me? It's about the person. I mean, if you find somebody that's really nice, you get along, blah, blah, blah. It can be fun. It can be different. It can be like everything else in life. I mean, it's just something that you can experience, but somebody else can go out, keep reading.
Yeah. Rose, I like your comment. The conference is very important. Before I took my decision, the confidence, I think, is very important. I was scared, but now I feel more confident, comfortable and happy. This is something that we all go through. In the beginning, it is really very, very, very difficult. But it's a question of timing. It's a question of experience. It's a question of being at peace with yourself as well. Don't forget that. Megan, do cis people date cross-dresser? If yes, then accept similar from trans people. I have to say, yes, cis people, they date cross-dressers, they date transgender people. Love is love. There is no barriers about who they want to be with. That's the way thing. I was a cross-dresser for a very long part of my life, and my ex knew that I was a cross-dresser, and we had 25 years together. Oh my God, Bonnie, what have you got there?
Little Munchkin goes with the guy in behind me.
Oh, look at Cutie Pie. I just
Oh my God.
I have dated
You just
guys.
got that?
I just want to say that I've dated guys before that have liked to dress up. But not like full time, mainly for like sensuality and pleasure in the bedroom. It's not really an identity thing for them. For the ones that I've dated, it's more of like, a sensuality, sexual thing. So, but my mom has a saying. She says, for every pot, there's a lid. For every pot, there's a lid. So to that person, there's people out there for you. Definitely.
Absolutely. And Robert,
what kind of dog is that, Bonnie? So cute.
It's a mixture between a Yorkie and a hot dog, one of those.
Oh my God.
A Yorkie and a hot dog. It looks hilarious, I have to say. Wow. When did you get it?
Oh, it's not mine. I'm watching two dogs for somebody.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm a dog watcher now.
Okay.
I'm getting up in the world.
Okay. Robert, I agree with you, because when I was, it took me many years to come out of my cross-dressing phase, but always felt better when I was dressed as a woman than when I was dressed as a man. And that is probably one of the constants of my life. That's what we are. And you can do whatever you want, but if you are transgender, you are transgender. You know it. It's not easy it's almost impossible to renounce yourself.
But there is a big difference between cross-dressers and transgender. And the cross-dressers, usually it's more of a sexual thing, and it isn't necessarily their identity. Whereas trans, it's more about, this is our true identity. And the cross-dressing, it's too hard to go back and forth in both worlds. Whereas a lot of cross-dressers I know that are married, and listen, they don't go through all the hassles in life that we have. So it's, it's not like anyone is better than anyone. I can tell you this, cross-dressers' lives are much easier than trans people's lives. But at the same point, whatever works for somebody, that's all that really matters. And there is no right, there is no wrong. And, too many things are scripted in this society that we live. And we need to separate ourselves from all that baggage and be who we are, and let things roll off our shoulders, feel confident in who we are. And here I'm sitting here talking all big, and yesterday I went through a meltdown. But anyway, what I'm just saying is, but as negative as that was, it was real positive, because afterwards, and I thought about it, and I analyzed it, and I realized that I don't have to let negative energy into my being. And the only reason that person did what they did was because of negative energy. And I don't have to accept that. And that doesn't have to be part of me. So when I let something upset me because of other reasons, it was only because I let that in. and I need to keep my bubble and not allow that. It's just, it hasn't happened in such a long time that it caught me off guard. Anyway, and it made me think, what did I do? Was it my voice? Was the way I mean, I analyzed everything. I don't really know, but I know that I'm going to work a lot harder so that doesn't happen again.
Bonnie, I totally agree with you, but don't forget that many transgender people started as cross-dressers, and then they found themselves. Yeah, that is the. I've got here Sarah. Confidence has been the strength since the start of my transition. You do not want to be weak one in the herd, or you will be picked out. I never take a backward step, and I hold my head up high. Thank you very much for your comment. It is exactly what we think too. Confidence, be strong. Huh? Okay, and Stephanie, yeah, wonderful strengths. Yes, we need to be strength to survive. But it's not only as a transgender, it's as everybody, you know.
Hello, Tori. Hello, Robert. Hello.
João, Stephanie, so many people coming. Okay, I think that we've got, do you guys want to tell anything to close up?
No, I would just like to.
One at a time, please. One at a
No,
time.
that's okay. Let Shannon go. I was just going because nobody was saying anything.
Okay.
No, I was just going to summarize the confidence and the strength. These are things that we build ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go on YouTube videos and go on YouTube and Google how does someone build confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Our self is our greatest investment. It's not your stock portfolio, it's not your house, it's not your car, it's not your bag of money you got underneath your bed. No, our number one investment is ourself. So invest time, we invest time in yourself. And I know when I'm getting ready in the morning, I put on a YouTube video and listen to spiritual videos and motivational and inspirational little videos. They're usually 10 or 15 minutes long. Listen to one every day. And then you'll get ideas from watching these videos, how to plug them into your life and how to apply some of these things to build your own confidence based on your own personal composition of who you are. Everyone's different. The recipe for confidence for every person is unique to that person. Everyone's composition is totally different. So I found through trial and error and through just learning and time on the planet, the recipe to build and maintain and grow my own confidence. And as a result, I am who I am. But it's just, you just don't arrive there. It's a journey. And I don't think in the human existence, you don't, it's like you never catch the carrot. The carrot is always just out of reach. And then that's the whole essence of the journey. I think once you catch the carrot, this life ends and then we begin another one.
Yep.
So everything seems elusive because it's supposed to be, because that is the essence of growth. If we always seem like we're satisfied or we reached our destination, and then that's when growth stops. So just continue growing, continue evolving, and just enjoy the journey.
I was going to add to that is if you think of the matrix and you think of yourself as a computer, what you download into your brain is what will manifest because that's what you're thinking about. So if you're putting into your brain positive and you're not downloading negative, like yesterday, but being misgendered, it was like I downloaded all those emotions and feelings and wow, it's my computer. I can choose what I want. And I try to only download positive, and just like Shannon was saying about what you watch and what you do throughout the day, your self-talk, concentrate on your self-talk, concentrate on what are you thinking about, concentrate on what are you putting in, concentrate. If you're watching the news all day long, you probably take high blood pressure medicine. I remember my accountant, he got sick and couldn't watch TV for about 6 weeks, and he didn't need high blood pressure medicine anymore. I mean, what I'm saying is it was that simple. What you put in, and you can think of it in terms of the matrix, what you download is what you're filling yourself with. So be careful what you allow into your hard drive.
And I just want to say, in closing, let me come close to the camera. No matter who you are, what situation you're in, where you are in the world, how tough it may be as a transgender person, or for that matter, anyone out there that may be listening in a particular situation, always remember that we all are made of stardust. The scientists have found stardust in our DNA. And what I'm trying to say is we are part, like beyond all of this, all the labels, you know, the makeup, everything, the layers, there's an energy that is connected to the divine universe. And each and every one of us is a part of that. We're a part of that. So shine like a bright star and see yourself illuminated wherever you are. Believe me, it'll be powerful for you. Just hold your head up and shine. And that goes for every single person out there, no matter what your situation is. Each and every one of us, we're divine.
And just a couple of words on that theme. Not only shine, but dream. Because whatever you do, your dreams will come true. And that is something which is very important. Evolution starts always by dreaming something. I don't know if those dreams come from within or from another stratosphere or from Saga, but don't forget your dreams. Always respect your dreams, because that is your truth.
Hey, Ella, I just want to say something to that. We as human beings went from the cave to the computers. Every single thing starts in a thought. So that's powerful.
Very, very powerful. Okay, with those words, I think we're going to close for today. It was another very interesting.
For everyone.
Next time, please be a little bit more communicative and ask me more questions, please. Don't forget, next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern US time, we'll be here again for you live, okay?
And you can send us some messages, and we'll talk about them next week if for some reason you can't, and you can watch it later. But anyway, you can also do that too.
Yep.
Hi, Ellen. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Blessings.
Bye. 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 Okay, we stop.